Welcome back, everybody, to the League of Inches podcast. It's another Supercoach edition. We did tease you guys about it yesterday and on the show for our TLTs and Supercoach general chat. We're going to do this moving forward. I think it works out a little bit easy just to spread some things out for you guys as well, and just to have a look a bit more trade stuff. Give us a 24-hour period after Team List Tuesday to look at some stuff. So this is all focused around trades, talking about our trades, talking about the popular trades in and out for general Supercoach on the website, the top 10, and then obviously you guys as well. So you guys will feature heavily in this show. The more you guys get involved when we do put the call out on each Wednesday to send your trades through your teams and stuff, the better the episodes will generally be. And we're going to have it so it's a pretty shorter show than what we're used to and what you're used to with us. It's going to be about 45 minutes. But once you put the TLT stuff and the trade stuff together, it ends up still being about 2.5 hours worth of content for Supercoach each and every week. And as I said, we're still discussing some other stuff to do, whether it's around the draft stuff, whether it's around reviews and stuff like that, just depending on time limits and stuff, because obviously it does get quite a bit. But we're going to get straight into it, guys. There's no point of fart-arsing around. We've got a lot of trades to talk about. We thought yesterday when we were talking, me and Jesse, obviously we thought Team List Tuesday was probably, let's say, a bit boring compared to what it has been over the last few weeks. But I'll tell you what, but just how people want to structure their teams, I'm sort of starting to work out this more and more that this week's actually pretty important. I sort of started the week going, I'm pretty keen to just hold trades, and I've completely flipped now. And I thought I need to make a couple of trades to start sorting my team out a bit more and get a bit steady with my lineup. So we will talk about our trades and the like. Jesse, I know you've got a few things to talk about. Actually, well, let's just go into our trades first, and I'll use the slideshow. We can just keep the slideshow up as we go for those YouTube viewers.
Yep.
Again, guys, make sure you subscribe to either the Facebook group, YouTube. There's a subscribe button there to subscribe to the page, and you can also become a paying member there and help support the page financially. And if you are potentially looking for sponsorships, etc., we are on the lookout. So if you're a company out there, just please reach out. So Jesse, I'll go to you first. With your trades, because I know you've got a bit of a story behind yours. Let's hear it. Let's take the viewers inside Jesse's head, which is a bit scary, I think.
I don't think the viewers want to be there, to be honest. It's a pretty nasty place to look into. Okay, so I was kind of glad to see a pretty tame team list because it let me kind of work myself out. I had the plan last week. I came into this round with 191k in the bank, and I knew that I didn't have a hooker. So I've been running Lussick and Levi since pretty much round 2, I'm pretty sure, round 3 when I got rid of Brandon Smith early on. So um, ideally, I wouldn't have liked to wait this long to get a hooker, but the situations have arose where I don't have any other options. So this week I'll be doing a hooker swap. I'll be going Lussick to Jaden Brayley. So I was contemplating going to a gun hooker this week. That was the big thing that I was tossing up with. Obviously, like most, I've got Terrell May, who I was worried about, and he was in a lot of my trade plans. And my initial trade this week was Lussick to Brayley, Terrell May to Fanua Blake, and I really liked it, honestly, and I think it's quite good still. So I'm probably 60 odd 70% there on that trade. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm gonna go gun center wing. I think the points are in center wing. Obviously, Fanua Blake's incredible and he's scoring tries and he's insane. But at the end of the day, the center wing ceiling is still higher, and I've been able to just run with a cheap hooker and go permanent on that end. So I'm gonna stick with Jaden Brayley for this round. I'm gonna leave Terrell May. I just want to see if he does another shit round with bad minutes. If he does that, I'll wear the money loss like most people will, and just work it out from there on. And instead of getting in Fanua Blake, I'm going to go Schiller out. Oh, sorry, not Schiller this week because he's been dropped and I'm glad about it. I'm going Strange out. I don't have the funds to lose, 60 odd K. I'm going to Jermaine Azarko. That's my plan. I love his buy round coverage. They play every buy round, 13, 16, and 19. So they play all of them. He's kicking goals. He's a weapon. He's severely underpriced. He was an absolute Adonis for me last year, and I think I want to get back on board. So that's the plan for this round. And then next week, I'll be looking potentially, providing things go well. I'll be boosting. I won't be boosting. I'll just be getting rid of Danny Levi, and I'll be getting rid of Schiller. The Raiders will be on the bye next week, so they're both going to be gone. And I'll be going for Marshall King and he'll be my gun fullback. Sorry, hooker. Sorry, I'm fucking all over the shop. He'll be my gun hooker for the whole buy run. He'll be the same as Azarko. I'm going to just double up on the 2 fins, and I'll be going to, fingers crossed, Armstrong gets picked next week. And I've already worked out my math. I've left myself about 30K tolerance for price adjustments between them. Yeah, providing Marshall King doesn't score about 120 points, I should be able to afford it pretty comfortably next week. So at the moment, with the 2 trades, Brayley and Azarko, I've got 89K in the bank. So that looks like me for this round. I'm pretty happy with it.
Hold on, keep talking for 1 second because I've just
Yeah.
lost my sound because my headphones are dying. Just keep jabbering on
Yeah.
for 30 seconds,
No, that's
please.
all good.
Live,
Yeah.
live,
So
live
there was
podcast.
no, that's it. That's how we do it. So yeah, I think I've run my due course with the 2 cheap hookers, and I thought about going Levi this week. You know, running off Lussick not losing any coin, but I don't think I have enough to afford it at the moment with the way that I want to do it. I can do that move now, but I wouldn't be getting a Zarko. And half the reason I want a Zarko is because he kicks goals. You know, and I think when it comes down to it, he's been pretty much classified as like one of the elite center wings for straight up a year and a half. He was the difference last year in a lot of teams, the ones that did really well. Obviously, haven't had the luxury of getting him in at 350 odd K, which he was last year, but even still, like, you know, he's got 900K potential in him at 670. Like, I'm all over it. There's so many center wings too. We'll get into it too when we start talking about positional stuff. But at the moment, center wing, you're getting a lot of bottomed out players or right on the cusp of bottoming. Ruben Garrick is straight up bottomed out with that score last week, break even at 4. I got him 2 weeks ago. I think we both did. So we kind of jumped the gun 1 week to get him in, but I'm glad I did it. It was one of those things you kind of have to take that risky play. I brought him in with 140 break even. Anyone that did the same last week, they did it too. So paid dividends. He scored massively. So I feel like Azarko is going to keep doing his thing. Jacob Carraz has been on my radar too. Obviously, I love the bloke and I want him in the side. 20 break even this week. He's been one that I've been thinking about instead of Azarko, but I just like the upside. I like the goal kicking. I like the buy round coverage. I just don't think you can really go wrong with it. I think it's a very solid long term play, and I don't see many people getting him in at the moment either. So I love my pod, and I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to VC him too potentially this week as well. So
I'm back, so I'm good to go now. I just got the sound going. No headphones. Got to quickly run out and grab a charger for the next talking point. So I'll do. There's 2 no-nos in the podcasting show game. I'm going to disappear for 20 seconds, and then I've had to mute myself. But here we go. My trades this week. I said I started the week thinking I'm happy off what happened on the weekend, but I've realised it's I still need some things to change. We just spoke about it last night. I think some of the Raiders players, it's time to get off. So in saying that, my first trade was I've left Schiller for now because he hasn't been picked. So I think that's a smart play just to wait around for that one for a week. But Strange obviously isn't it at the moment. He's sitting in my center wing. So I've decided to swap Strange down to Jacob Gagai from South Sydney Rabbitohs with that price increase at the moment. That frees up some cash that I need for the next trade I'm making. Just on that, I'm open to having Jacob Gagai as a very, very quick fix. And I mean, literally just take this week's price rise and move him on to Armstrong. That's one of my sort of little plans. The other one is I feel like for South Sydney, the only way is up at the moment. And I feel like him and JD or something. I don't know what was going on there, but he just was sort of he played really good the first round and then just disappeared. And surely after what Tane Mills done now, he won't be back in the side even when his suspension's over. So I feel like there's a spot opening up there for him. And if South Sydney can start improving after all this pressure that's on him, and he's on that one of those wings and just putting the ball down, hopefully that means a couple of points. So there's 2 ways of thinking there for me. My second trade that frees up enough cash. I've decided to get off the May train, which might come back to bite me for now. But I just think, as I said last night, while I can still make that trade up to Fanua Blake, I feel like that's something that I just probably should do, and I might regret down the track if I don't do it. As you sort of said, Jesse, last night, was that even if Terrell May does come out and start to score again good, I'll still be in the back of my mind going, okay, but I've got Fanua Blake. Like, cool, you got your 60 odd points, but I know that I've got a guy that can get to that 100-point mark in a front row forward position, and I hopefully, fingers crossed, can just keep him there all year, and I'm set there with that position. Just another one that I don't have to worry about. So, and if Terrell May continues to do what he's doing, like as you said, he's probably going to decrease in a little bit of cash as well at the moment. So I'm not even opposed to the idea if it does go away at the moment, his minutes and his points, then who knows down the track if there's another forward injury and then he does become increased minutes again. I'm not opposed to getting him back at some point because his points per minute is that good. So if he does start to get like a 40, 45-minute role, I feel like he's one of those players you simply have to have in your team, even if it's just that third front row forward sort of role, and probably change, hopefully, in the ideal situation, like a Sam Hughes to him down the track at some point would be awesome. But we'll see what happens there. But
Mm.
what do you quickly make on those trades there? Give me 20 seconds to run out, and you can just criticize me without me even being here.
No, no, I don't mind it, to be honest, man. Like I was so ready to move Terrell May on as well. It's just tricky, like he hasn't disappointed anyone in his points per minute output. It's a it's just a minutes thing, unfortunately, with him. And anyone that has him at the moment too, like we're all in the same boat, We're all sort of working out what's the go. Is he gonna get his minutes back? Is he just gonna be a 25-minute plotter and is he gonna burn a hole in us? That's worst case. Worst case, we just leak out all the cash that we've made. To be fair, he's only made, what, bit over 70 odd K from what he started at. So it's not astronomical. I still feel like it doesn't take much for him. You know what I mean? Like he's going to get his games where he'll play 30 minutes and score 50 points. Like he'll still do that in those games too, which is just phenomenal for him. But yeah, you are relying on a second stint. In the last 2 weeks, we haven't seen one. So going for Noah Blake, yeah, I said it yesterday. If who cares if Tarome does well if you have Fanua Blake? You know what I mean? Even if they score the
It's
same, you're laughing.
Yeah, just
But
with Terra May as well. It's not even just a second thing. It's just the fact that he's gone away from even that 40-minute stint that he has, or he's pretty much the majority of that second half. We just need either
yeah,
that long stint back, or as you said, that those two stints. But let's get into the top 10 trades for this week from a super coach point of view. So on the left hand side for the YouTube viewers, if you're listening to this on a podcast, again, please go onto the League of Inches YouTube page, give us a subscribe, hit that top button, and you'll see the everything there. But we'll try and explain it as we go and keep you informed. So on the left is the traded out, and then on the right is the traded in. So the top 10. Number one, Ethan Strange. This was done in this morning, guys. So we got these. So they've sort of changed a little bit in terms of numbers, but I feel like actual position wise, it stayed pretty much the same. So
yep,
Ethan Strange and James Schiller are your top two. No surprises there. As we said, for those James Schiller guys, if there is other ways you can still field like a strong enough back line without him and you can hold him just for at least a week while he's not leaking cash and you've got things going on elsewhere, I'd probably definitely recommend to do that because he's not going to leak cash. So he doesn't look like he'll be back. He's signed elsewhere as well, which is another reason why Ricky probably won't play him again. He's got a
yep.
history of that. But third, Terrell May. So we've already discussed that one. That's quite high for Terrell May, but I can sort of understand in a way why that's happening. Fourth and fifth, Sean Lane and Joey Lussick. I've been trying to get off Sean Lane now for quite some time. I just cannot seem to make it happen. I've always got other things happening to work out other trades. Jack Bostock, Xavier Savage, and Luke Brooks is 6, 7, and 8. 9 is Tom Trebojevic. I think this might be because of people who was trading him out before the DCE news. I have a feeling that number may change and may decrease, if anything. I don't know if there's a live little number you can quickly tell me, Jesse, but I have a feeling that would decrease.
No, it's going to definitely increase, and the only reason people are trading out Tom Trebojevic is because they're getting in Trey Fuller. Turbo's got
Oh,
106 break even, and Fuller is just going to make a mozza. Turbo's not done enough to impress, so fair enough. I can't knock anyone for it. I'm not going to do it. I've got my own good fullbacks at the moment. So his ownership actually traded out is now 3,025,
ooh,
1.9% of owners. So it has slightly crept up, but that would be the big play. I reckon if I went and had a look at the most trades out for him, it would be Turbo to Fuller, which I'm going to
that's
check
big.
right now.
That is big.
Yeah, it's a massive play, man. Like he's quickly
That's
going to
so
become
risky.
he's going to have that Dream Buller coin coming through from last year. So, you like it makes sense in every way, but again, it's just like it's not a long term play. It's just a quick cash grab. You're going to lose probably. I don't know. It really depends on what Turbo scores against the Raiders. That's the thing. Like I would be so reluctant to trade him out against the Raiders after last week. Um, but at the same time, it's like you're going to miss out on Fuller. If Turbo scores 50, he loses 50 odd K. And then Fuller makes about 150. Like you offset it so fast. And then if you hold the coin that you need to get him back, you've already made yourself a little bit, but it's just a risky business. But Fuller, honestly, he looks the goods. The base stats are incredible. The runs, the tackle busts, like he's the kind of player you want as well. So he's not like you're just getting him in for the cash. Like you can play him and score mean points out of him. So um, I am going to apologize. I don't know where to find this bloody thing in the app anymore. It's just tricky. I wish I Here it is. Sorry, I'm just all over the shop. Okay, so out of the 3,000 trade outs, 2.5 of that is to trade Fuller. So it's a pretty big swing. Another 100 towards David Armstrong, another 100 or 60 to Ruben Garrick, and then the rest to just a couple of randoms. So yeah, it's all gone in on Fuller money. I feel like he's the only fullback that you'd be willing to trade to Fuller as well currently.
Yeah.
Like
I don't
I
know.
wouldn't.
I said it last night and I'm still in the boat where I just, in the weirdest way possible, and I know I sound crazy saying it, I just think he has trap vibes about him because I actually just think you're going to get trapped with him and he's not going to get up to a level where he's going to be an easy sell to back up to one of these must-have keeper fullbacks for the run home where I'd rather just take the hit where the 150, 200 price rise he's going to get and just leave my Turbo sitting there. If I was trading Turbo to someone, it'd be Drinkwater. I said that last night just because of Drinkwater's run that's coming up. That really does appeal to me.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be downgrading one of these guns to a Trey Fuller or a David Armstrong at this point, who we'll get to shortly. Um,
yeah,
I don't like the risk. I just want to be out of it. As I said from the start, that position is something I'm not playing with, and I'm sticking to my guns on it. Credit to the other ones that are doing it. I don't. I hope it doesn't pay off because then that gives me a leap ahead of a lot of people out there. But at the same time, maybe we're in fairyland a bit with what happened with Buller last year. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it does happen, it is a great feeling. So
yeah, yeah,
hopefully it pays off. We will see. We will see.
yeah.
Tommy
Definitely.
Tommy Flegler is 10 on this list, which I was shocked to see. I actually forgot about Thomas Flegler. I feel like it's a very late trade because he'd be closer to playing now than he would be out. So,
No, he's out
yeah,
for another 4 week, 4 weeks. I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
He's out for another 4 weeks. I think word came
wow,
out recently. Yeah, they'll care. A lot of the Dolphin stuff, they're keeping things so under wraps, hush hush. It's really hurting.
Bennett.
Herbie Farnworth is another one too. Meant to be, touch and go, and I don't know when he's coming back at all. So yeah, I think it's they've had more severe injuries than they let off. I think obviously it would look like an AC joint for Flegler, but they called it a burner or something, and they're just
Yeah,
underplaying it. So yeah, you've got him, you move him. If you have Flegler and May, I'd say that Flegler's probably more of a priority sell, to be honest. Even though he's not devaluing, I think it's just too much coin to sit there. He's got to do something with it.
yeah.
At least May has
Um,
potential.
on the outs for this week, so Ruben Garrick is the top.
Ins.
Oh, yeah, sorry, ins.
These
Ins.
are
I was like,
ins.
hang on a second.
That's
Ins.
random.
Ruben
Yeah,
Garrick is the top. That's why I was so surprised. I was like, what am I reading?
yeah,
604K at the moment for Ruben Garrick, ready for a price rise, etc. The only thing with Ruben Garrick, Manly do have a bit of a tough run coming in after this Canberra game. So do I think
yeah,
he's the top trade this week? I actually don't. I don't think he should be number one. But for this week purposely, I think he'll do great. And the thing is, even against a good opposition, I still think he'll have enough sort of a bit of work, bit of base and stuff in his scores to at least get that sort of 50, 60 mark. Fingers crossed anyway. And against someone like the Panthers or the Storm and that you'll take, but I'm pretty sure they've got, I don't know in what order, but I think they've got the Broncos, Storm, and Penrith or something. all together or something similar to that. So I'll bring up the actual post that we've got. So
Broncos, Melbourne Panthers.
yeah,
It's
so
rough with a bye in the middle. So
yeah, that is like the next 2 weeks they've got the Raiders and then the Dolphins, so that could be okay. And Magic Round is against the Broncos, so it's that Magic Round feel. Everyone's loving life. I'll be there, so shout out. Let's start organising some stuff. But yeah, I don't know what your thoughts are. I just don't think he's the top pick this week.
yeah, I can't knock anyone for it. Like obviously, I did it 2 weeks ago. Banked on him scoring well against the Titans. It didn't happen, but got those points last week, so stoked with it. But yeah, look, his break even's 4. You're not going to get Garrick for any less than 600 for years, I reckon. Like he's an absolute elite center wing. He's averaged 70 for the last couple. Um, and come Origin, you're half inclined to think he plays fullback. So look, it's not a great draw coming up in a couple weeks' time, but you're not going to get him this cheap again. Um, a lot of it is chasing last week's points too. Like there wasn't an influx of people trading him in 2 weeks ago, and there wasn't many people trading him in last week with his 140 break even before he scored big. So obviously 145 it's pretty big to sway a lot of people's minds. But had he not scored that big, his break even wouldn't be anywhere near it, and I don't think the numbers would be anywhere close to what he's traded into at the moment. So it's hard to ignore. You're not going to get a gun like him for that price anytime soon. He's traded in at the moment by almost 21,000 just this week. So a little pod play's gone a begging, which sucks. But yeah, you sort of have to. Like if I didn't have him this week, I would probably do it. To be honest, I'd take the next 2 weeks that you'd assume a comfortable run, and then he's got the hard ones. But yeah, he's always amongst the points too, and like Manly can score tries even against the best teams in the comp, and he's going to kick the goals. That's the big appeal as well. Yeah, he's got
The
enough
next
of
up,
a pedigree for
yeah.
sure.
Next up is David Armstrong, number 2, Trey Fuller, number 3. Just with David Armstrong, they do have the Warriors this week, and you still have a week to wait to get that price rise. So he is very nice. Like he's playing fullback as well. So if you do that play this week, I'm not going to say a horrible move or whatever. That's fair enough. But you do have the chance to wait that 1 week, which is what I will be doing because for the Knights, the draw does open up as well. So it goes after the Warriors. It actually goes the West Tigers, the Titans at Magic Round, then the bye, which is a bit annoying, but that's them by themselves. So should be easy coverage for the center wing position. And then the Bulldogs as well. So there's a nice little run there for a guy like David Armstrong. We've seen got a little bit of speed and stuff. I think all three of those teams, it's fair to say, do have their lull periods where they're a little bit lazy and stuff around the middle, etc. So I'm very, very tempted to get him next week. Fingers crossed he holds his position. We've already spoken about Trey Fuller as well, but just quickly on David Armstrong, Jesse, you're waiting until next week as well, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm definitely waiting till next week. It's more so just about like I wanted the gun center wing this week, and I wanted Brayley's break even at 4. Otherwise, I kind of get priced out if I do my move the other way around
Yeah.
by getting him this week. I can wait that week. Don't worry about the price change. Got to get off Strange now, um, and get my guy in and do my other stuff. But yeah, and that's the thing too. Like we're kind of relying on him being picked next week too. So it is risky business taking him now. I don't see him losing the spot to Sharp immediately. I think if Armstrong's going to run with this and have a really good week, I think he's a near lock in for the third week, and that's where his price change happens. Best case scenario, he makes a bit of coin and he gets dropped. You know what I mean? And he doesn't just leak it all out again. So hopefully by then too, there's another avenue to make some coin. I reckon Blaze Talungi comes back at fullback potentially next week too. So if you've still kept him,
I
you
hope
kind
so.
of have yeah, exactly. Like fingers crossed. You kind of have that cheap center wing to cover. You know what I mean? Instead of just having a bunch of dead off by players and everything else. So I'll wait the week. A lot of my trades that have involved a boost option this week have involved getting Armstrong in now. It would be Strange and Sheila out because that coin, and I'd be definitely getting Armstrong in if I'm doing that boost. So I see it definitely. It's just what's the worst? It's just such a shame that Trey Fuller doesn't have dual center. If he had center, I feel like his ownership would be plus 50,000 this week. But unfortunately at fullback it makes it so difficult. So
Yeah.
yeah, can wait the week, but can't
There's
knock a trade in.
there's a couple of juicy plays at that 204 mark, which we're talking about at the moment. As I said, Trey Fuller. Next on the list, number 4, Aden Fanua-Blake. We've already spoken about him as well. I am one of those 7,629 people, probably gone up now as well.
His
Jacob
ownership
Gagai.
huge.
Yeah, Jacob Gagai is fifth. Again, that 204 mark. So that's why I'm making that play this week. He's my option this week, and then he gets the price rise. I think he's projected to make, I think it's about 60 or 70 odd K or something. I can't remember exactly how much it is, but it's a nice little chunk. So hopefully it's that. And then there's another one to come. That'll be very, very handy. Number 6, Max Plath. I feel like he's one of those ones, if you haven't got on yet, unfortunately, you've missed the boat in a way. But in saying that, for like if you're selling Sean Lane, then you can go straight over to Max Plus, save yourself 30 odd K or something. And you've got a dual nice player there who, for mine, actually looks like Max Plus. It's that his jersey now. He has been playing quite well there. Obviously, a lot of season ending injuries and stuff to Gilbert. So that doesn't help. Gilbert side of things, but for the Dolphins, it looks like it's Max Plus's jersey to keep. 7, Cameron Munster, 730. There's a couple of big guys coming up here. 7's Munster, 8 for Feeder, 9 Nico Hines, and 10 Payne Haas. Now, firstly, Nico Hines, I tell you what, there's some people licking their wounds at the moment having to pay 964K for Nico Hines. They must have just gone, it's time to get on to him. But in saying that, the Sharkies draw after this round, they go on a patch of the Storm away, the Roosters at Magic Round, and then the Penrith Panthers at home.
It's rough.
And then it's the bye round 13, and I predict Nico Hines will probably be playing Origin or in the squad at least. So be careful of that one. Oh, geez, you've had to almost pay $1 million for him. I mean, for this week, it's great, but you're very, very nervous in a way having him against those other big sides because it's the first real big test for the Cronulla Sharks this season, and it's 3 tests in a row.
Yeah. You know what, man? -3 break even for Nico
Oh, you
Hines.
got to do it.
You got to do it. You have to do
Yeah.
it, eh? You just do it. He's fixture proof. You get him in. Who cares? You just do it. I've got friends who traded him out at his lowest too, and now they're buying him back at his peak, and it sucks. You hate to do it. I'm so glad I didn't go that way, but um, it's tricky. He's going to score well against everyone too. Like you can't go against it. He doesn't traditionally score well against Melbourne, but against the Roosters he can put a shift in. Panthers are a different beast as well, so I'd still expect him to score better than most halves anyway.
Yeah.
But again, when you're paying a mil for him, you kind of want that 100 plus, and it may not happen in those weeks. And then Origin, yeah, is it kind of worth it? Like if you look at his trade outs, I reckon a lot of that's going to be SJ, because he's probably the most heavily owned outside of Cleary and the like. But I don't know. It's hard. It's a very hard debate. Do you trade out SJ for Cleary or Hines if you've got either or? I never had SJ this year, so I'm glad I didn't have to worry. But I know you did, and you
I
straight up
did. I
booted him in
made the
the
trade
arse.
last week, so I made
Yeah.
the trade to Cleary. Sorry, so Kleins. That'd be a gun. Imagine that.
What?
Imagine Cleary and Hines just morph together and
It's just
just make this
fusion.
absolute super coach killer who just averages like 300 a week. Goodness me.
God,
Um,
boost.
but yeah,
Captain.
it's big to see because that last 4 are all players that will probably be playing Origin as well. So
Yeah.
it's big gun movement this week. I feel like this is probably the last week to get those big guys in because as we get closer to Origin, you sort of hit the avoid button like we've sort of done last night with David Fafita. Just said we'll look at our wounds. We'll get him in later on. So
Yeah. Just sucks
yeah,
watching him score 120 each week because he will. He'll score it each
yeah,
week, and I am honestly, it would have been the worst possible move to do, and I'm glad I'm so close in coin, not like backwards. I can't afford it. I think I'm about 1.9k short. I would have boosted Dylan Brown to Cameron Munster this week. I would have done it, eh? I would have just ripped the band-aid off and done it. I want him in my side. I want him for this Titans game. It's his 200th game. If you've got him, captain him. Like he's going to score something ridiculous. He's played 8 games, and I think, turned up in 6 of them or something against the Titans. It's just ridiculous. I really wanted him. My team's the Cameron Dumpsters. Like, it's about time I do get him in, but unfortunately, I just can't. I just cannot afford it unless I go Azarko down, and then I'm like, oh, I really don't need to do this. This is such a waste of a boost and everything else. But if I saw that green tick come up, man, I would have been so keen to just go, fuck it, just do it.
I feel
And then
like
you would have,
it's an unspoken rule. If you name your team after a player, you need to be playing him. I just think you basically have to. So,
yeah,
but moving over, we'll start talking about your trades now, guys. So appreciate everyone once again sending their teams in, their trades in, etc. First one is from Ray Newen. This is via Instagram. Just sent me a DM of his team. So guys, jump on YouTube if you want to see his team, and then just two options for trade wise for him to make. He's basically like me. He's set on Terrell May and Ethan Strange both out. Actually, they're exactly the two players I got rid of. This is
yeah.
mate, my brother. Look out! I had my brother. I didn't know I had. And then first option is Sam Fainu and Ruben Garrick, and the second option is Josh Kerr and Ruben Garrick. So I don't mind sort of either play in a
So it's
way.
really just, yeah, it's either just Fainu or Kerr.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, you know what? It's a tricky one too because I've got Kerr in draft. And he's been a
me too.
freak. He's been a freak. He's played 25, 30 minutes and he's been scoring 60s and 70s. Like, I just don't understand. It's insane. He's got like a 2 point something points per minute. It's astronomical. Um, Look,
It's like
Fainu,
Terrell
yeah,
May's the Wish version of Josh Kerr this year.
dead set. Yeah, and he's like, Terrell doesn't have duel. So, yeah, Josh Kerr, man, he's just so impressive. Um, we got very early on him too. It was freaking the first week of the previews that we were doing, and we're talking Josh Kerr. So, I like that move more, to be honest. I don't know why. Maybe it's the buy coverage. Maybe I'm just going pretty all in
Yeah,
on the Finns that I do like that Josh Kerr thing because he's passed the eye test every time. He had 1 week where he didn't do much and it wasn't too bad. But Fainu has the dual position. I think his position might be, I don't know. He obviously needs to start and he's starting in the second row playing 80. So he's got a lot more potential. Um, but I don't feel like you can really go wrong with either. I just really like what I've seen from Kerr. It's just a shame about the price because Fainu's a lot cheaper with a lot more potential to score more with the minutes he's playing. So, um, man, flip a coin. Flip a coin at the fixtures that you think might be a bit better. Have a look into them. If you think the Tigers have a better draw than the Finns, go Fainu, save a bit of coin. But I feel like the scoring output might be quite similar. Honestly, I feel like points per minute wise, Kerr's going to be better regardless.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I'm doing some live mail here, guys, and there is some talk out there, and I think it's been actually now confirmed about tomorrow night's team lists, and it is not good, and it's completely going to change what I do this week. So 24-hour mail, Gagai is out, Tass to the wing, Cheekham to center, Arrow to prop, Kaloa Matangi's going to second row, Kepi to bench. So the JD less
Oh,
effect has come into play straight away. We did say to you last night, guys, be careful about this thing. So I've got a
yeah.
busy night ahead now trying to work some things out. Fuck me. And then for the Panthers, Nathan Cleary is out. So that is huge.
What?
Um, I immediately regret changing SJ. It cost me 40 something points last week. Oh, and fuck's
You're
sake, that has
joking.
just caused some huge spinners. So basically,
Oh
what the
my
Penrith Panthers are
god.
saying is they're being cautious because it's a shorter turnaround for Nathan Cleary, so they don't want to put too much load on him. Kind of understand it, but as I said, as an SJ to Cleary trader, I'm fucking spewing. Holy shit.
That
And that has literally completely stuffed everything I wanted to do. So
how good's that? This is live, everyone. This is insane.
this is live reactions. This is fantastic stuff. But again, like that's just, I feel like I personally right now, I'll say my trades are going to change. So I want to have two halfbacks playing. So,
You're gonna
and I
trade out
think this is
Theory.
Well, I'm going to take too much. Like I'm in the middle of climbing. I need to keep those high scoring positions scoring.
Oh, you're gonna have no trades in about 5 rounds.
Oh well, I'll be up the top.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'll have a think about things, and I'll just say,
All
obviously
right.
Jacob Gagai for me is out, but yeah,
Mm,
we'll get back to that, guys. We don't have much longer on this pod, but we'll get stuck into these, and who knows? I might have to quickly put a post out or something tomorrow. What we decide to do, you'll
okay.
see it with our teams tomorrow, anyway.
Bring it on.
Um, but yeah, we'll lock in Ray. We'll lock in the second option. I can get Kerr in your team. I'm with Jesse. I just think that's a better play, and your team's actually looking pretty good, must I say.
Good.
Like, go
Solid.
guys. Look at the YouTube side of things. It's a very solid team. You clearly know what you're doing. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
All right, now we had some guys basically get out, reach out to us via either Instagram or Facebook, the like. I was just flat out, so I've had to take screenshots, guys, and chuck it on the screen. So my apologies, not the best looking thing, but it's there. So first off, from a subby, so a Facebook subby, guys, shout out once again. It's only $2.99 a month. You get to support the page, independent page, obviously doing the best we can do. A little bit of financial backing will help us a long way moving forward. So if you can spare $2.99 a month, so that's less than a coffee, basically, for one coffee a month, would be greatly appreciated. So Jason Palesi, he's going to go from Strange to Dane Gagai and Savage to Max Plath via Jules. I don't know if that's a spelling, if he's actually meant Dane Gagai, if he's meant Jacob. I don't know, but he just has a
No,
lot of money saved up.
yeah, maybe it could be Dane. He's kicking goals. He's a
Yeah,
weapon.
maybe.
He's very underrated. I like it. I looked at him too, to be honest. I like the run coming up, and I just like the kicking, to be honest with you. I just want to see if he keeps doing it. And if he does, then yeah, he's going to be a massive smoky because he is
I think he's a
so
smoky for Origin.
he's. Do you reckon?
Yep.
I suppose it
Because
depends on what happens
Hammer's
with
not
Hammer.
back yet. It
Yeah, it
just
really
depends on
depends with
Hammer.
Hammer.
And as you said, the Dolphins haven't been dare we
I've
say
missed
it,
him.
honest with their injuries. They're very,
Yeah,
very, very secretive about things. So you just don't know what's going to happen. And if he's not there, no doubt Slater will just say, "Hey, Dane, come on, you've done the job
yeah.
before."
Oh, of course. Yeah, definitely. I feel like though at the moment, like at the 650 price point, 600 to 650, you've got some of the most elite center wing options you can get in the game. A lot of fallen guns. You know, you've got Toto, Isaac Tungo, Azarko, Ruben Garrick's even cheaper than the rest of them. Jacob Carraz.
Yeah.
It's just you're fucking everywhere you look. Nick Meaney as well. You know, he's a pretty viable option still with his goal kicking. It's wild. I love it. I really do. And even Valentine Holmes is not too far away. So yeah, definitely not going to be the most popular choice as far as they run for old Gags, but I do like it. He was in my team of the year last year, happily. So
Yeah. Yeah. Jason,
yeah,
we don't mind your trades at all. Next one, Cooper Ashley, a little bit of a message as well, which is good. Like the way you've actually explained things as well. So appreciate that one. Do that as well, guys, moving forward. For trades this week, I am thinking Strange or Schiller to Ruben Garrick or even Asako. And second trade might save the trade this week. But if I wasn't, it would be Terrell May to either AFB or Max Plath. But I might grip my
dude,
teeth and hold Terrell, not sure.
mate,
So the
if you
top one, I'll quickly take that because you've said it enough already. As I've said, probably go Strange this week because you can hold Schiller for a week. There's no rush on the Schiller one, and then look, probably like the way Jesse is talking does make sense. I actually probably have a Psycho slightly ahead of Garrick, just because of that buy coverage and stuff. And I think that the easier run for the Dolphins just puts him slightly ahead, even though we know Garrick what he can do. He's very, very consistent. Just like the fact that the Dolphins have a bit more probably attacking ability against some of those sides. What about the second part? Jesse, I've seen you have a little bit of a reaction to it.
yeah, mate, if you've got the coin after getting Azarko or Garrick, after trading out Strange or Schiller, to still go to Fanua Blake, you do it every day of the
Yeah.
week. That's it, man. Lock it in. There's your front row for the rest of the season. Forget Terrell May you're gonna grit your teeth and hoping he gets, some good minutes out there. You don't have to worry about it. If I had the coin now to do what I want to do, I'd be jumping on a Fanua Blake because they're only going to go up again. Might take a few weeks for him to come back, but man, he scores so many tries. Like, he can hold his price so high up. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't hesitate, to be honest. If
Yeah.
it's two trades, Garrick Fanua Blake or Azarko Fanua Blake, yeah, you're doing it every week. Um,
Um,
I have Garrick, so it's kind of hard to sort of sway it, but I really do like Azarko going forward more so.
Yeah, I agree. We've got rapid fire now, Jesse. So I'm going to say the trades, and you're just going to tell me your reactions to them, yes, no, and a little quick summary of it because we've got about 5 minutes to go here. These are the rest of these are from Instagram, so I appreciate that, guys. So Sid underscore 15501, May to Fainu, Chiller to Garrick, and Johnson to Cleary. So the last one avoid because we've
Reassess.
just heard the live news.
Yeah.
The advantage of going live, guys, getting the 24-hour report. Um, and Jesse, what are your
Uh,
thoughts about the other two?
I don't know. I just think reassess with that one with the Cleary news now. You might be able to do something else. I'm not sure. May to Fainu, I don't hate it. But I don't love it. Honestly, I'd hold May if I was doing that. But Schiller to Garrick definitely. So
Yeah. Aussie underscore hip hop underscore collector. How good's Aussie hip hop? Bring it on. Love it. Strange, Schiller, KPP. Ooh, for
no.
Cleary, Armstrong, and can't decide between Garrick and Toto. So he must have like a duel or something. What are your thoughts of that one? I know KPP is your
Uh
man.
yeah, no, don't trade out KPP yet. He's still fine. He had one off week and it wasn't even that bad, so he's fine. Plus you don't want to miss out on the draw. But yeah, Cleary again is another one. I'm so sorry, you have to go back and have a look. It's a week too early on Armstrong potentially. Garrick for the upside. Toto's break even's really high. It's like 100 and something, so we're all close to it. Garrick is 4, so you do that now. Get Toto soon. Just look again.
Yeah. Johnny underscore Coltrane. So he's got Schiller to Karaz, and then he's also got Strange to Asako. So just getting rid of them
Oh,
both. Um,
I love that. I love it.
yeah,
Lock it in
yeah.
twice
That
if you can.
cover your ears, kids, but that gives Jesse a massive stiffy.
Yeah, fired
Ryan
up.
dot Ryan dot Bell dot 44. Strange to Fuller, Lane to Haas. Hang on, I've got a stiffy now. Get rid of
Hold
Lane
on.
to Haas. Perfect.
Strange to Fuller. How you doing that? How you doing that?
Must have maybe
Oh,
Garrick or something playing fullback, or who
yeah,
knows?
he's
But
got something going on. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you're in that position, take the coin. Lane to
yeah,
Haas. I'd go for Neil Blake over Haas though.
yeah,
They're the same
Origin
price
and
right
stuff.
now. Origin coming up. Try scoring upside. I know Haas's base is great, but Fanua Blake's is getting really good regardless. I know, but Fanua Blake again, ownership wise, he's like owned by 55,000 people now. Like he's so heavily owned. It's insane. So you can almost call Haas a pod, but you're
Yeah,
gonna lose him. So
I agree. Reese Mills 2009, just the one trade looks like. So love it. Wish I could get away with that. Schiller to Meany. I've never heard Meany yet. Look out.
I've seen Meany floating around here and there. I really like his goal kicking, and he's such a good goal kicker too. You can almost bank on him kicking everything. And you can bank on Melbourne scoring a shit ton of tries. So he's got
I
a
hate his
really
goal kicking as a Pappy owner, by the way.
yeah. If it went to Pappy, Pappy would be elite again. So they're spreading the love between them. I don't hate it. He's very low owned. He's been pretty good this year too. Like he's averaging over 60 odd. So um, yeah, I just there's just a lot of other options that I would prefer. You know what I mean? Like he's never had that sort of upside to him for the same price as Zarko has in the last season anyway. Garrick, I'm guessing you must already have him if you're not jumping on him now. Toto, Tango. Meany's not the guy at the top of my list, but I can respect it definitely.
Yeah. Last one. And you got about 30 seconds to answer this one, Jesse. So no pressure. Pelezi 88 had to bring in a cheapie for Strange. So went for, he's not, he said
This is the
D Gagai,
same.
but he means Jacob Gagai. Then Savage out for Plath via Jules, aiming to get in Armstrong for feeder, Munster and Garrick over the next few weeks. Probs Garrick first for Origin cover. Probably just answer like we've already answered the first two. Obviously now get rid of Gagai and probably just go early on Armstrong. I'd probably recommend. You may as well.
I think
Um,
this is the same Jason Palezi, is it? It's the same trait,
nah, nah.
but it's the same. Like Palezi, Dane Gagai. Plath, 5 joules. It's the exact same trade. It's surely the same person.
Nah, I don't think it is. It's different profile. I know him. I don't think it's him.
What are the chances of that?
Now
That's
you've only
wild.
got 10 seconds to answer.
That's bringing cheap to strange, so I went saying Gagai. I like it. It might be Jacob. Then Savage out for Plath, 5 joules. I do like Plath. I don't think it's too late at all. He's got a negative break even. You still get on him. He's great. Aims to get Armstrong for Feeder, Munster, and Garrick in the next few weeks. Man, if you can do that, if I'm going to aim to do the same thing. I hope I can. But yeah, look, if you've got a plan, run with it, man. I had a plan for this week and next week, maybe not the week after, but yeah, stick to your guns. I do like the moves. Honestly, I don't think it is too late for Plath. You did say that earlier. Ideally, you get him in 2 weeks ago, but hindsight's a beautiful thing. Good little
Yep,
player.
I agree. That's all we've got time for, guys. After you've already listened to this, we've got now the live show I've got to go on to. But hopefully you've liked it. Let us know. Give us some feedback. If anything else you want to see or added to the show, or yeah, we're always open to suggestions. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you like, add a comment and stuff. It's just a good way to get the page shared around and the video and stuff. I really do appreciate that little bit of additional support. And for the podcast owners, the same thing. Just hit that bell icon, hit the follow icon, add a comment or something if you want as well on the episode, and just give us a rating as well, please. It goes a long way of getting the podcast spread by having more and more ratings up there. So appreciate it, guys. Appreciate your time. Jesse, we've got some work to do. You can probably get onto it before I can with the Cleary and the Gagai news, but thanks for joining us. And until next week, I guess we'll be talking a lot before then, but yeah, enjoy.
See you guys.